to experience grace-filled communication, it requires intentional effort. Because speaking with favor and kindness doesn't come natural, especially in times of stress and conflict and anger. In fact, it's something we must fight to do intentionally by, watch this, church, surrendering our emotions and our reactions to God. Here's a take-home statement. Here's another one. Your emotional life will impact your marital life. I'm going to say that again. Your emotional life will impact your marital life. That's why you got to get your emotions together. Because, see, if your emotions are off, guess what? You're going to communicate in your relationship off. See, your emotions were never meant to lead you. They were given by God to you to feed you. I'm going to say that again. Your emotions were never meant to lead you. They have been given to us by God to feed you. You say, well, what do you mean by that? God designed our emotions to feed us information, but not lead us to our destination. You say, well, why, Pastor? Because your emotions are like the Texas weather. It's going to change. Up and down, up and down. You feel good 1 minute, you don't feel good the next minute. And in a lot of cases, our emotions are unstable and they're not trustworthy. So look at your spouse and say, he's about to say something real hard here. Listen, are you ready for this? If your emotions lead you consistently to respond in negative patterns or in negative ways on a regular basis, you have unresolved trauma. Oh, I'm going to say that again. I just slept about 25 people in here. Pa, 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 pa. Listen to what I said. Because, see, some of you all are stuck in negative patterns and you brought those to the relationship. But it looks like you're doing them because your spouse is making you do them, when the fact is you brought some unresolved issues and trauma into the relationship, and because you've consistently worked in that pattern, it's normal to you. But you now don't realize your normal is dysfunctional. I'm going to say it again. If your emotions lead you to consistently respond in negative patterns and in negative ways, you have unresolved trauma. You got something going on that you need to take care of. You don't cuss him out because he made you mad. You was cussing before you met him. We got a cussle right over here. Listen, church, I'm going to go down and I'm going to come back up. Here's the problem with unresolved trauma. Unresolved trauma will make it difficult to respond with grace. Because, listen, trauma pulls a person back to what happened to them. And specifically, it pulls them back to how whatever they went through, how it made them feel. So now it causes a person to protect themselves in unhealthy ways and patterns. The bottom line is this: if you don't resolve some trauma, if you don't go back to see, why do I shut down? Why do I want to leave every time we run into some conflict? Why you want to pack your bag? You got a permanently packed bag at the front door. Your wife, I already know, soon as y'all have an argument, you going to take your little bag and go to mama's house. That's the problem. You're supposed to leave and cleave mama. So once you get your trauma stuff straight, and you say, well, how do I get that straight, Pastor Evan? Because, see, some of you all, watch this now, your trauma is causing trauma. I'm just pausing so you can think about that. Here's the problem. Some of your handed down trauma came from mama them. How many from Texas? From Texas? Oh, you understand mama them? You know what that means? Mama and them. That's what mama and them mean. Some of you all's trauma was handed down dysfunctional things from mama them. So you saw mama cuss, fuss, go off, throw stuff. You saw her do that. That's normal to you. Your husband's like, oh man, wow. That's not how we resolve stuff in my house. But then your husband, his dysfunctional trauma is he saw his dad get into an argument and just shut down, didn't talk to you for 2 weeks. You think that's normal. So here it is now. You married. But y'all roommates. I got a remedy for you at the end to help you with this. But the only reason I'm bringing it up is it's hard to minister grace in communicating if you got stuff that was going on in your life that's causing you to be that way. Can I get an amen? Okay, so speaking with grace can only happen when you really understand the power of words. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 11 says, the mouth of the righteous, the mouth of a righteous man or woman is a well of life. Well, the opposite of that is true too. The mouth of an unrighteous man or woman is a well of death. But violence covers the mouth of the wicked. Listen to Proverbs 31:26. This is a description of the Proverbs 31 woman. It says, she opens her mouth with wisdom. And in her tongue, I love this, is the law of kindness. I be watching Sharice function in this sometimes. See, the girls, 2 different ages, 2 different levels. And so, London is the one that can change the mix in the morning. Okay, we go through the whole thing. We help her pick out what you're gonna wear the day before. Try it on too. But it just depends on where she is that morning to decide if that's what she wanna go with. So then she'll come in that morning and she's all over the place. She don't want to wear it. It don't feel right. Or it's ugly. I don't know. It was all right in the morning or last night, and then you woke up as ugly. We don't know. And so I'll see her come in there, and she all over the place. And most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, Sharice would be like, well, London, she'd be so sweet. And when I see her, because it's intentional, because I know she want to go off. Because I see her go off now. Don't think the first lady's sweet now. She is sweet, but she gonna go off too now. Because I've seen her go off, and I be trying to get London. I be, London, listen, London. I'm trying to help you, sister. No, I'm serious. This is what I be saying. I say, listen, today is not the day. I pull her to the side, but listen, I don't want to see you get a whooping, London. I don't want to see that. London don't be listening. But when Sharice is all kind, I know it's intentional. After I see her do it, I was like, babe, you did so good. Proverbs 15:1 says this, a soft answer. What can I answer, church? A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools pours out knowledge, foolishness. Watch Proverbs 15 in the ERV version. A gentle answer. What can I answer, church? A gentle answer makes anger disappear, but a rough answer makes it grow. Amen. Now see, I'm very expressive. You all can probably tell what you see up here is what you get at home. So I can be overly expressive. I call it passion. And so sometimes when Sharice and I are talking, I'll get passionate. I'm not yelling, but my passion has increased in volume. She be trying to help me like, babe. So I remember one time I'm praying. I'm like, Lord, look, what's happening? He was like, Evan. He said, you need to bring your volume down, your passion down, as you call it, when you're talking to Sharice. He said, listen, she's my daughter. I don't even talk to her in that tone. Oh, man, he stabbed me in my heart. So every now and then I'll check in. Am I doing good? The last time I checked in, she said, no, you're not doing good. Everybody say it, don't spread. When I was growing up, that was a saying, right? When you're talking to somebody and they spit in your face, or you see some spit fly, you're like, whoa! We used to say to them, say it, don't spread. Well, what I mean in this context is say it, but don't spread. Bring it down. See, passion can be expressed without the volume going up. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Listen to Colossians 4:6. It says, let your speech, let what you say be always. Everybody say always. I don't care what kind of mood you woke up in. I don't care what side of the bed. Listen, God don't care what side of the bed you woke up in. God does not care how much sleep you did or didn't get last night. That's your fault. He says, listen, let what you say always be with what, church? With grace, which means favor and kindness. He says what you say needs to be seasoned with what? With salt.